Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this wonderful event. Today, I'm happy to introduce to you Oleg and Arnoud, our friends from ASML, and they're going to let us in on their lean journey. Take it away.
Okay, thank you, Henk. My name is Arnoud Hogeveen. I'm heading the lean team at the EUV factory. I will tell a bit later on what are we doing over here. And I'm sitting here with my dear colleague and friend Oleg Supnik, and we would like to share some stories about the lean journey we made in ASML along the way. So if I can click to the next page. There it is. So what we will do is give you a small intro on what ASML does and where we are located. Then a little bit background on the lean journey we have been through so far up until 2016. And then we will share some insight on the different stages of the journey, specifically at the EUV factory. And maybe good to start with a small video that will give you some insight on what ASML does. And hopefully this beautiful link works. So we're pushing it right away. So basically, on short notice, what we do is we produce lithography systems that enable our clients to produce chips. Where ASML has around 8 factories around the globe. You can see it a little bit on the picture, left upper side. And currently we are in Veldhoven. We're the main factory that produces high-NA EUV systems. You can see a small picture of it. It looked like 2 white boxes with the size of around 3 or 4 elephants, I would say. Extremely big machines, and we think they're the most complex machines ever made by mankind. And they can produce extremely small chips, fast chips for our global clients. Yeah, you can go to the next. And looking at ASML, back in the days, so we're talking about 2015, 2016, we had hardly any competition, especially on the EUV side. But again, our customers were stepping up and complaining about the quality of the systems, the speed that we deliver them, and also about the cost. That was a little bit the time that the head of operations came to the idea to we need to add, we call it some operational excellence / lean DNA to what we call within ASML our technology leadership. As you can imagine, in a high-tech company as ours, the amount of technological competence is extremely high. but not necessarily by the means of setting some steps on operational excellence. So what we did basically in 2016, we selected Lean as, let's call it, our improvement engine, and we started our Lean journey. Typically, we trained about 150 Lean experts all around the globe in all factories. So we set up a lot of Lean teams on the different places. We introduced we call it a Lean deployment model. So basically making sure that we build up our operational excellence competence. And the first couple of years, we put a lot of effort into capability building of our line organization and setting up our operational management. So we call that our daily Kaizen structure. So let's say visual management on the shop floor, installing Hoshin, installing our tier structures all around the globe.
Yeah, and diving deeper into operation excellence, on the left, you see the model we use at ASML. It's for operational excellence. It's two-dimensional. First dimension, we want to perform, so we want results to be delivered. And the second, maturity. We want the results to be sustainable. So results with sustainability. This is the operational model. And of course, as in every big company, we have central Lean Six Sigma organization which develops the models, develops materials, deploy it. However, this is the trick. ASML is not hierarchical organization. You cannot in ASML deploy something top down. You can offer things, and then each part of ASML tries and learning by doing and sharing knowledge. And that's what we do in EUV factory. So first, our attempt was, let's basically focus more on maturity, because it's a standard Lean approach. We invest in capability buildings and then we get performance as an outcome. Yeah, and what we do, we allocated Lean change agents with some ratio, like for 100 associates, we have one Lean change agent, meaning I'm stressing change also, not only Lean, because in network organization, which is ASML is critical. Yeah, we provided resources, specific resources when we were asked to, and we start building education and trainings. You see the list of trainings on top. And of course, we did basic things like daily management. We call it daily performance management. And we experimenting a lot with physical boards as in the books and theory. But later on, we found, well, it's also good to go to Miro and experiment and combine it, virtual plus physical work. We built 5S standards within factory. And just an example, yeah, the whole factory have this indication flow stickers indicating what is the environment for work, what is the environment for storage, etc. So basically 5S plays its role, but we constantly experimenting. And one of the example, we trying to introduce lighting solutions. Just if I click on the video to the right, you will see this is actually not a sticker on the floor. It's video, and that means that you can change the color and you can change configuration. You could be very flexible, and that required in our production. Yeah. So if we go to another 5S example, this big box is basically tool cart, and it's well organized for instruments, because when you build and install a system, you need several hundreds of tools. And what we found that if we don't organize ourselves properly, we can miss the tool, we can lose the tool. We can create a problem for the system if we lose it somewhere not properly. So that's why this kind of experiments really help. And then what's happening? As I told you, ASML is a network. A network responded, "Oh, all this all nice, but it's too long. We need to wait multiple years." If you look at Toyota or other companies, it's decades until we really can benefit from Lean. So we want more performance. And that's why the second experiment was, okay, we call it Lean 2.0. Let's focus on performance first with all resources we have. What does it mean for us? Specifically, we, again, starting with performance, we indicate the biggest gaps and we organize breakthroughs. And we put a Lean Chain Agent directly in the breakthroughs, saying, okay, guys, please accelerate efficiency, effectiveness, make it happen. Yeah, and we organize it, things like weekly performance dialogues around 4 big pillars: people, quality, delivery, and efficiency. We start shaping Hoshinkanri, and we basically start stepping in the dance. Yeah, and examples. What we can say we are talking about point kaizens, where we improve things specifically in one area. Examples might be we want to decrease the lead time of deployment of build and install of the machine, and we want to prevent the occurrence of disturbances. So, and how we do this, for example, we split them into technical and operational, and by just splitting and connecting problem owners with solution owners, we can speed up 5 times. So all this was appreciated by network, but network again give us kind of response. It's all nice, but it is not sustainable. So they're coming back to us saying, guys, nice, but can you do something else? Can you experiment more? Just before moving what will be the next, just the logic behind performance dialogues, just would like to share. We always at ASML start with performance. We visualize where we are in terms of performance, what are the biggest gaps. For these gaps, we build the roadmaps, waterfalls, how we go to attack this, and we summarize it in regular Hoshinkanri sessions. So this is the logic. Always start with performance and never ever have your breakthrough if it is not connected to gaps in performance and ambitions. And maybe the last example on this area is daily performance management. You see here, it's just learnings we have on the way. We at ASML, we have 3 big values. We challenge, we collaborate, and we care. And that's what we mean, and that's really what we try to test and experiment. For example, if you look on a mock-up of daily performance management, you see things like safety first. Everyone says that, but you cannot imagine how obsessed are manager of ASML about safety, because environment is dangerous. We are working in clean rooms, there are a lot of different gases. And we always start with this. We spend maximum time on that. We do care about people, and it's normal question every day. How are you doing? Can I help you? What shall we do for you to feel better? We also always celebrate successes, and this is done on a regular basis, and we even order pizza as soon as we are doing well. Maybe finally here, and what we found that if you want to, during the experiments, if you want to be successful into daily performance management, we need to go to interdependency. It's not like one KPI or one area is working well. No, we bring to the daily management only topics which interconnected with others, which we interlink and collaborate. And that really brings energy and power to the daily performance management. And what is our future?
Oh, what our future is. I will look into my. So basically, maybe it's good to share that this journey we have been through is also a journey of big growth of ASML. So let's say two and a half years ago, the size of the factory we are working in was around 1,100-1,200 people, and currently we are double in size. Also meaning that every new bee that joins the company, you need to take along on your lean journey, and all the things that you find important them to learn. So partly we are still fixing some basics, getting a good 5S system in place, doing a lot of Kaizens, but there's still more or less point Kaizens. So moving forward, I see a couple of challenges to link it more to end-to-end value stream thinking, also making system Kaizens along the way. And because we have a pretty big lean team, we were 20 experts, senior experts from all over the globe, trying to help the organization, also stepping into the dance. But what we are striving for is that line management takes over. So part of it is already setting up a good Obeya environment for top management, and link all the teams in the factory together, so that we steer the organization on the KPIs that are important. So those two elements, meaning end-to-end thinking, from let's say point Kaizen to system Kaizens, and making sure that the leadership takes their role, and they are. So I think on a good track. We try to work on, as well as the maturity on lean and operational excellence capability, and driving our performance. And that's, I think, storyline. Something to add, Oleg, on that?
No, we just returning back to the model. We're trying to experiment with performance and maturity at the same time, and this is our the third trial. And I think it will be a more positive response from the network, because we always listen and we try to move with the speed of the network, which is ASML.
That's what I did, Henk.
Thank you, guys. Amazing. So for all of the attendees, there is the Q&A. So if you have any questions for Oleg or for Arnoud, please put your questions in the Q&A. We have quite some time left to go through them. In the meantime, I think it's really great how you're applying lean in such an advanced environment. And what have you learned from your lean journey? What are like surprising lessons?
Yeah. So I've seen some companies on the road. So when I joined ASML in 2017, of course, I've also joined the Lean Management Institute, and seen a lot of companies beforehand. And every company says, we're special, we're different. So also when I joined here, my colleagues at the time said ASML is really specific. It's not comparable to any other company. My learning along the way is that's true. In such a high-tech environment, with a lot of focus on NPI and getting new, so you need to realize how every system that we are producing is unique. So we don't have a product which is matured that well that you can go to sort of mass production. So we are developing along the way, also in production process, with high-tech in a high-tech environment, which has a lot of challenges in itself. So that's, I think, my biggest learning along the way. Oleg?
Yeah, the ASML indeed is special in terms there is we can do a mentality. ASML strives for excellence. You know that machines we are producing is nanometers size performance, and you cannot say in ASML we cannot do this, because people asking how we can do this, and that's why again Traditionally, say, let's invest in maturity, in capabilities. People say, yeah, we want to do it differently, and we can find a way. Just if you just bring information from books, it is not appreciated, and it's considered like theoretical, and it's a showing how we can do it, or can we brainstorm together. But it's not accepted that you say it's not possible. There is not such a word in the company. It's not possible. It's possible. Question mark. How we can do this? How many resources? How engaging is your story? How people can relate to themselves, and then you'll see the miracle. And that's what we are observing in many cases. And yeah, I'm learning more than I'm teaching here. While despite the fact that I had 30 years of lean experience before coming to ASML, and I can learn from every person I meet here. It's really and the feeling when you see things are moving is amazing. Really.
Nice. So thank you. We've got a question from Dan. So what was the most difficult / challenging thing, and what is difficult or challenging still?
And that maybe while you're thinking, it's network organization, and there is network type of resistance. You cannot pull a node in the network, and because the whole network will, the whole web will be moving behind. That's why you really need real change management here, not artificial.
I completely agree. So since ASML is a network organization and our R&D department is extremely dominant, we have a lot of stakeholders to manage, basically, also driving lean forward. And lean is not so embedded in our R&D organization, so that is in itself a big challenge, because we really rely on them also when they are introducing new technologies and products into our factory. So that is for sure, I think, the biggest challenge of ASML, to get the whole value stream and network of stakeholders getting to the same direction.
Yeah. And when you're coming to ASML, it is a startup mentality. Startup mentality with 45,000 people. Can you imagine? And all your achievements in the past, they are nothing, just zero. Every person is so bright and so strong, then you cannot ignore anyone. Even if you try, you will fail. That's why, yeah, it's really special. It's energizing. It's fast moving, and yeah, as I told you, at least for me, positive is my value correspond with we challenge, we care, we collaborate. This is also energizes every day.
Nice, thank you. So another question: which tools or insights from like the lean tradition did you find most helpful in your journey?
For the first couple of years, I try to get some grips on Hoshin in operations here in ASML. And that was a long journey, because we also already started that a couple of years ago. But step by step, I see ourselves maturing on that one, and that is extremely needed in this complex network organization, to get all heads into the same direction. And that is the only, I think, the only way to do that is by having a mature Hoshin system in place. And that was really beneficial. Although we're not there yet, we are making big steps over that.
Yeah. At the same time, the network does not appreciate top-down approach. The network is learning bottom-up. That means you need to find small, tangible steps and really small steps, and people can learn and move. For example, building a natural team, what we got from Toyota, because we have several colleagues from Toyota, how to build natural teams around topics. if you make it properly, create environment, you'll see the network start reacting. Engineers coming to the room, they brainstorming. They don't need facilitator. They just bring ideas and try them out. You need to create the environment where they can do this. And these kind of small things, the most useful in ISML environment. Really small steps. Just foresee problem solving, but do it properly. Do it several times and share the knowledge people appreciate.
Great, thank you. And well, you both have a lot of experience in lean transformations. For anyone listening here who really needs to start, what would you advise? What would be the first step? How do you initiate anything like this?
If you would ask me, I think is get some leadership engagement at first step. That's also where we started within ASML. And typically in all the areas where leadership is strong, currently you see lean flourishing. So that would be definitely my recommendation.
Yeah, and also we should not pretend that lean is the cure against all diseases. It is the way how to organize people around the topics. That's why be open to all modifications and what really people need. Yeah, that's starting with leadership. Without that, you cannot even try. However, then you need to listen people at Gemba. What are suffering? Don't bring your agenda with you. Leave it somewhere, and otherwise it will not work.
I think those are very wise words. Another question coming in. If you have a chance to go back to 2016 when you just started your lean journey, would you like to do anything differently?
Yes. So I think we made a good start at that time, but thank you for the question. If I would reflect back, I would link into our performance objective earlier. So we started off within ASML with a big focus on capability building, but I would put in the performance angle earlier. Yeah. Meaning answer a simple question, but like, what problem are we trying to solve?
Yeah, make sure. Oleg, you want to chip in on that?
Because I joined recently and Arnold from the very beginning, I cannot comment on that, but I feel that's right. We can start the second experiment earlier.
Yeah. Right. So I guess that's it for the questions. Do you have any closing thoughts?
That's a good one. Well, my closing thought is that since ASML is also working in a geopolitical environment, we encounter that every day, basically. But nevertheless, what I feel really proud of is all the efforts that we are taking into to make the world a little bit better every day. So what gives me energy is the colleagues that give me energy, basically. So my closing thought is, if you can get to that point, that lean is here to stay, and you can also learn a lot from your colleagues, I think you have made a good step.
Yeah, and for me, I started doing lean 30 years ago after finishing technical university. It was my first love, and it's still there. And there are so many facets of lean. Then I enjoyed this journey, yeah, every day. And I believe it's right paradigm and right attitude. Collaborate together to make things better. So it's always possible to do things better. But I encourage everyone to try. It's really pays off.
Great. Well, many thanks for taking us with you on your journey. It has been amazing. And thank you all attendees for being here, and hope to see you later today in any of the other sessions or in the quiz. Have a great day.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.